Welcome back, my pupils. This is Gene coming to you with Reloading from the Hot Pot. Today, we got another Black Box Day. Well, every day is actually good for Black Box Day. Inside this black box is something I have owned for quite a while. I have owned for over 5 years now. This is my Canik TP9 SF. Now, when I first purchased this Canik TP9 SF, they were not readily available in the country. I actually ordered this in through a distributor. So let's take a look at everything that comes with this. Now, when I purchased this over 5 years ago, not a whole lot came in the box, but more came in the box than with your average pistol you were buying, such as a Glock. So this actually came with two 18-round magazines, a speed loader, which I got in the box earlier and learned that I still have the tags that come on it. Isn't that funny? A lock, and two back straps, a holster, which is a paddle style, and a locking. And then it also comes with the bore brush and the patch wand. And even 5 years ago, the owner's manual was printed on glossy paper. Very informative, very easy to read. There's my actual receipt for when I bought it. Yeah, didn't give that much for it at all. I'm not going to disclose that because I got it from my dealer. But wow, what a good price on it. But it's very informative. It's got all the information into it. It's got all the technical specifications. So if you'd like to pause that and read this, that's what it was back in the day. Back in the day, you know, firearm technology changes so much every year, every 2 years, that sometimes it's hard to keep up on everything. Let's get this holster out and look at it. The holster is kind of cheesy. It fits. It's functional. It does have the lock on it, the finger lock on it, which I do not think that is allowed to use in IDPA. So the first holster I had for this was actually custom made for me because they were not readily available in the United States. And I still have that holster. And I would not be shy on taking this to an event today. The attachment for the holster is a paddle style. You can run a belt through it if you choose to, or you can tuck it into the side of the waistband. Nice little addition. Let's get the firearm out and look around it. In my initial long-term review, I said that I had documented over 2,000 rounds through this, and that is absolutely correct. In my second one, I misspoke and said I documented 8,000. No, I have 8,000 to 12,000 rounds through this firearm. I have not bothered counting. I have continually shot it at the range. Magazine is empty. Gun is clear before we start doing anything. There's a lot of wear on this. If you look there on the front, holster wear, in and out. We're going to field strip this real quick. Oh, the trigger on it is absolutely amazing. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. I've never done a trigger pull on it, but I would guess that to be around 4.5 pounds right now, which is really nice. But we're going to show clear again. We're going to pull the trigger. We're going to pull down on the tabs, and we're going to take it apart, and it slides off the rails like almost all common striker fire guns now. Flat wound, captured, recoil guide rod and spring, and the barrel. The barrel has got some wear on it. Look at the wear on that barrel. Look at the stutter marks on there. We're going to look at the other side of it. This has put a lot of rounds downrange. So much that I trust this gun to be a house protector. This is one of my watchdogs. Put it back together. Chest function test. Magazine back in it. But now that we've seen this black box and all of its goodies that come in this black box, here is a new black box. And with the power of editing, this is a bigger black box. In this black box is Canik's new offering, the Canik METE SFT. This is Canik's new offering for the SF line. This is the METE SFT. Let's take a look around the METE SFT box. First, you do get the firearm and some other accessories. Accessories come with an aluminum backstrap that is very easy to install on the firearm. I've already had this out and kind of played with it a little bit. You know, when you get new toys, you got to look at them. It does come with 2 optics plate, trigger lock, and it does come factory with 2 magazines, one 18 round in the gun and one other 20 round over on the side. Me being a Canik fanatic, I just happen to have some other Canik magazines laying around. These are gone now. You can't get these anymore, these little base pads. So I decided to go ahead and pop another magazine into the case for the review. Of course we have the firearm, but we also have a very, very nice, this is definitely an upgrade in holsters from the Canik line that I have owned and do own, as far as being a very high quality outer waistband, reversible clip to inner waistband holster. It also does have tension adjustment for the tension of holding the firearm into the holster. So this holster would be good to use for if you were going to buy this for IDPA competition or any other shooting or just range duty or home defense, self-defense. That's a good all-around holster. It's got a nice quality to it. It's got a nice surface finish. I imagine it is injection molded. It does not feel like Kydex. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below if this is Kydex or just plastic, just formed plastic, injection molded. Seems to be injection molded to me, but yeah, I could be wrong. In the top of the box, you do get a patch wand and a bore brush, which is pretty standard with all firearms. You get an additional back strap for adjusting your size for the pistol itself. You get a really nice punch. It's got a drop ledge on it, and it also says Canik on the handle. Very nice. You know, just touches. You also get this cute little Canik gun that looks just like the new METE series, the SFT, with the slide release catch on both sides of it, just a little magazine release, trigger, little tool for a barrel. Isn't that, I mean, it's just cute, you know, to include that. But what's cool about this is it is full of parts, screws, screws and tool heads, washers. So it does come with little spare parts kit. Normally in the little spare parts kit, you get a little box that sits over on the side, and it's got little different compartments with all your little tools and specialty pieces in it. In here we got all the information, and again we've got a very nice user's manual printed on glossy paper, very informative. Anything you would want to know about the firearm, all the way to an exploded view and a detailed parts list. So if you would have to do anything to it, want anything to do with it, they have it. Now this shows 3 back straps. I wonder if another one is available through Century Arms or Canik. That's interesting. I just noticed that. I'm going to call them and look into this. Let's get this off the stand and we'll take a look at it. The biggest differences I've seen, me being a Canik fanatic and following the firearms since, I don't know, since I've heard of them, as far as the striker fire models. I know they've been out a lot longer than that, but I got into it with the striker fire models. So the biggest differences I seen immediately was the undercut here and the trigger guard cut. Then I seen the flared mag well. That is the 2 biggest differences that I see in this pistol. But let's go over it a little bit more in depth. Canik has taken the time to do an ambidextrous slide release. It is on both sides of the pistol. It does blend in very nicely and is very stiff to say, especially brand new out of the box. I mean, I can get it, but I've got to put some pressure down on that. Magazine button, release button here, sticks out Doesn't stick out too far, but it sticks out just enough to have ease of it without changing your grip, which is, that's a definite plus. The mag well now is actually flared and enlarged, which is excellent. I've shot my other SF and IDPA competition for a few years, and that would have been a nice addition, let me tell you what. I'm really happy to see Caniks step it up and do this. Coming down here to the trigger guard. The trigger guard now is more undercut for your finger and for your indexing hand, your weak hand, to get a good purchase on the grip. So I really like that. They did leave the serrations on the front of the trigger for some people that like to wrap their finger around it when they shoot, which is perfectly okay. Whatever's comfortable for you. Yeah, that mag well, I really wish they'd have done that from the jump street. Slide serrations are nice and bitey, very easy to cock, very easy. You can press check just with a little pull. If that's your thing, you can rack from the front if you'd like. It's just all in all a really, really great firearm. For the money, it really can't be beat. It really can't. Coming around to the back of it, it still has the striker cocked indicator. It's not a loaded chamber indicator, it just means that the striker is cocked. It does have the traditional 3-dot system for the sights, but there are a lot of aftermarket sights for these pistols now. You can really change it up, whether you want fiber optic, blacked out front, suppressor height, standard height. I mean, the choices are really coming to the top of it. We do have a loaded chamber indicator that is tactile when up, and you can feel from the right or the left or the front, as well as the back if you want to slope it up. But you get what I'm saying. The slide is optics cut. Now, from what I've read on this and seen, the only downfall to this is you have to use a micro red dot on this, such as the Shield, the Romeo Zero, the ADE Spike, or similar red dots. I believe Hollow Sun also has one for it called the C model, but it does come optics ready. The nice part about this, even though it's using a micro, is you're not losing your rear sight. Now with the other optics ready Caniks that I've owned, you lose your rear sight when you take this plate off to accommodate a full size dot. Now I imagine you could take this and have it milled to put a full size dot on it, but then you're going to lose your rear sight. And if you do lose your dot, it is nice to have the backup sights on it. And as for the money, I own some very high-end firearms. Not as high as some, but higher than others. And I'll tell you what, the Canik trigger just cannot be beat. Again, we're showing clear. The Canik trigger has got a defined wall. Comes right back to it, breaks. The reset is right there. I mean, it can't get any tighter than that. And it is tactile. It actually does throw your finger out just with a little bit of pressure, which I really do like, especially shooting in competitions. Now we're going to do a real world weight comparison. Now we all know what the manuals say these weigh. So we're going to weigh this without a magazine, and we're also going to weigh the original SF without a magazine. So I've already got this on. We're going to tear it just to be sure we are on. Lay the pistol on it. And we come up with 1 pound 9 ounces with no magazine. The original SF comes in at 1 pound 9.5 ounces. Now you would think you would gain some type of weight with this slide release, but you did not. Actually lost a half a gram. Comparing the two side by side, the SF compared to the SFT, you can obviously see a difference in that trigger guard. And you can obviously see a difference in the magwell beveling in there. how much wider the new SFT model is compared to the older SF. And as you can see, going to the new style ambidextrous slide catch release, the shape has changed dramatically too. Now, my original SF did come with worn tactical sights, blacked out rear, white dot front. The new ones, I'm not sure if these are worn tacticals or not. I'll have to do some homework on that a little bit more, but it does come with a nice 3-dot system. Well, my pupils, that's it for this little review of the new Canik METE SFT Blackout. I hope you enjoyed the review and the little comparison between the original SF that I have owned for some years now and will most likely continue to own. This is actually a very, very nice upgrade to the firearm. What I would like to see from Canik is maybe another special edition with a custom cut slide. That'd be really nice. Maybe a difference in some handles, some grips here. You know, I see a lot of people are putting the hose on there with the finger grooves in them. Why not go ahead and take a clue and do an addition with the finger grooves and test the market on it? Canik, you just never know. I'm just going to take another look around this. Such a beautiful firearm. So nice to handle, such low recoil, such good ergonomics. Just get right in there, just get right up into that pistol. It's just so nice. Well, that's the end of this review, my pupils. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourself, and always remember to keep blowing the smoke.